All right, everyone, I am back with another FortiOS tip, and today we're going to be talking about local-in policy. So if I click on Policy and Objects on the left-hand menu here, and then click on Firewall Policy, I can see the standard firewall policy. And these standard firewall policies control traffic that's flowing through the FortiGate. We also have local-in policy, and local-in policy is policy that controls traffic that's destined for the FortiGate itself. So to see the local-in policy here in the GUI, I need to scroll down on the menu and find System, click on Feature Visibility, scroll down to Additional Features, and I'm going to tick on local-in policy and then click on Apply. After I do that, when I come back to Policy and Objects, underneath Firewall Policy, I now have a new entry called Local-In Policy. If I click on Local-In Policy, I can see all the default implicit local-in policies on FortiGate. And I also have an option to create new local-in policy. So in previous versions of FortiOS, we could view the local-in policy in the GUI, but we couldn't modify it. In order to create new policy or modify local-in policy, we had to do it from the CLI. However, as of version 7.6, we can create new local-in policy from the GUI. So for example, I could go to Create New Local-In Policy. I'll add my outside interface. And I could, for example, if I had created an address object with some geographic locations, I could do geo-filtering and apply it to a policy, a local-in policy, for my outside interface. I can also use the Internet Service Database to create local-in policy as well. So I could select any of these internet services and use that in policy that's controlling traffic destined for the FortiGate. I can also come down on the menu and click on Login Report, and then Log Settings, and I can tick Log Local-In Traffic. And if I have per policy selected, I can go back to those local-in policies that I've created and configure logging individually for those policies so that I can monitor their behavior. All right, everyone, that was local-in policy. Thank you for tuning in for another FortiGate OS or FortiOS tip.